It doesn't matter what I go through, guys, I'm always kind. That's something you can't take away from me, my kindness. That's just, my personality. It's been some times, man, where sometimes I don't even feel like being kind. You know what I'm saying? I could be having a bad day. I mean, a really, really bad day. And I will come across a person that's, like for instance, I do landscaping, right? And every time I go to this particular customer house, this is one of my customer's neighbor. And every time I would go cut my customer's house, the little old lady, my neighbor, the customer's neighbor, she will always come out and, give us something to drink, whether it's a pop, water, sometimes she would have me to try some food, she's Lebanese. And she would like, here, this Lebanese food, taste it, I'm like, oh, this is good, And it would be some times where I would be having a bad day, the equipment be breaking down on me and, all types of things happening within my personal life. And I would see that old lady, I would just forget about all those bad things, because she's just so kind and she always had a smile on her face every time she give to me. And I could just see in her eyes that her gift, her kindness her kindness and giving and all that things is her gift. Long story short, guys, I could just see that that's her gift. So, it doesn't matter what I go through, I'm always going to be kind, to people and to my neighbor, because my neighbors support my business as well. And, I'm always kind to my neighbors, even people that I don't even associate with, even though people that I have neighbors that also hate me, but I don't hate them, They go their way, I go my way, I'm not starting nothing with them, I'm not throwing no shots at them, I'm not going to do anything to them, I still love them, I still pray for them, that they'll find their way back to Jesus. But, I'm always kind to everybody, even people that hate me, I kill them with kindness. It's people that I used to work with at a job. They always talked about me all the time negatively, of course. They hated me. Why? Because I flew up the ranks at the company, in this short matter of time, and they've been there for multiple years. So they said, you look a young guy like me rising up the ranks fast, and started out, didn't know anything about how to do landscaping in general, because I used to work at a landscaping company as well, guys, for 4 years before I went into business and started my own landscaping company. And now I've been having my own landscaping company for 4 years as well, going on 5 years next year. But anyways, guys, I have worked with people that hated me, people that didn't like me, they wasn't kind to me one bit. And I would show up to work, positive attitude, like always. And I was always kind to them. I always killed them with kindness my whole time there, even though I know they didn't hate me. They know they hated me. Even though I know that they wasn't kind to me. You get what I'm saying? I always killed them with kindness. Anyways, I still work with them. I work with them as if they was my best friend. I talk to them as if they was my best friend. You get what I'm saying? And when you're dealing with people at that level, when you're able to work with people that's not kind to you or secretly hate you, I feel like that's like lifting weights. Instead with just, dealing with people. I feel like that's like lifting weights with dealing with people, because that's like a whole nother level with dealing with people and, keeping you cool and everything as well, so always be kind to one another, guys. Don't be out here, and that's why you see all this madness out here today, people, you could be out there working, somebody will have a bad day and they will come take it out on you, or it just people, they like taking a unhappiness out on the next person. It's like, what I'm trying to say is, guys, don't do that. Everybody's going through enough in the world. You never know what particular person may be going through in their life. So always, show people kindness, guys, especially if they're kind to you. Even if they're not kind to you, kill them with kindness anyways, because, in this one more incident that me and my wife, we went to the McDonald's and stuff, right? It was this guy, I pulled up. So I got an F-150. I think it got like a lift on there, so it sits way up. I can't remember like what type of lift on there because it was already lifted when I first bought it. But it sits all the way up. You get what I'm saying, guys? And I got some big tires on there. You know, so, you know, it looks like a monster truck when you see me coming. So we went up to the McDonald's. This was recent. And this was for breakfast. And my wife, she ordered 2 chicken sandwiches and a hash brown. And then as soon as I pulled up to the glass where they give the food out at, the first thing the dude said was not good morning. He didn't say nothing positive. He didn't say, hey, how you feeling today, sir? How you doing this morning? He didn't ask nothing. The first thing he said was, I didn't like how that sound. That sounded horrible. Your truck is making a horrible noise. I said, nah, that's just the tires rubbing against the bumper. It does that because it was like a sharp turn I had to make to pull up to the window. And the first thing he said was something negative about my tires. I was like, that's my tires rubbing against my bumper. Because when I told him that, he was like, well, I was thinking it was something serious, like the axle or something major wrong with the truck. And the first thing, and in my mind, guys, not old me would have just said, fuck him. Just cussed his ass out. Excuse my language. But since I know what I know now, guys, and this is what I'm saying, guys, I changed my mentality. I changed the way I think. I knew it was Satan. I knew it was a demon. It was trying to piss me off early in the morning. I already knew. But, you know, I killed him with kindness. You know, I killed him with kindness. I said, yeah, you know, nah, you know, I got the truck checked out. You know, I know exactly what's wrong with the truck. You know, it sounds like it's something major, but that's the tires rubbing. I know everything wrong with the truck, you know. And, you know, I was nice, but I didn't holler at him or nothing. I didn't say it in a negative way or nothing. I just killed him with kindness. And, you know, and I told him when I gave him $100, he was so distracted on being negative, right? He forgot to give me my change back. He gave me the $100 back and the food. So by him being so negative, I got the food free. Because I killed him with kindness. I didn't get mad at what he was saying to me, is what I'm trying to say, guys. Instead, I killed him with kindness, and I ended up getting a free meal, a free breakfast. And it was good, too. That hash brown was good, you know, and I got my money. I just drove away. You know, I ain't even bothered saying nothing about it. I was like, you know, that's his mistake. You know, that he didn't get the money, take the money out. That's his mistake because he was being negative. So, you know, that's just a little story right there, guys, of just killing people with kindness. Sometimes it benefits you. You know, it benefits you, people being nasty to you. Just like I was just telling you about the McDonald's story. Yeah, it can benefit you, guys, killing people with kindness. You know, don't even give them don't even give off the same energy and the vibe that they're giving off, guys. And then you look up, who knows, you may can get a free meal. You just never know, guys.